Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. What is going on, team? Johnny back with another live day trading session. Hope you guys are all having a great start to your morning. Today is February 18th, 2026, and it is 7:26 my time. So let's go ahead and share the link to the team. And there we go. All right. Come on now. Should have this set up pretty good here. Okay, there's that. There's that. And we are live. I got my secondary screen looking at QQQ right here, so I am watching it on another screen as well. There we go. Boom, that'll work out perfectly. All right. I'm gonna stick this right here. Okay, perfect. QQQ is slightly in the green at 0.19%. It is at $602.45 in the pre-market session. It did sell off pretty aggressively yesterday from, highs of 602 to lows of 593, back to 602, back down to 600, then pushed up to 604, just under $604, and then sold off in the pre-market to 599. So it's been doing a good job trying to hold above $600. Did push up to 605.77, and now it is struggling to really kind of stay above this moving average here. It's trying really hard to stay above it, so we could see a nice pop up, but back to retest 605. This thing could skyrocket. It could go much higher, but right now it is acting bearish. It is below that moving average on the 1 hour and the 30-minute time frame, holding above it on the 5-minute. So we'll see what happens. How much of a bounce can we get? Crypto, also same thing, selling off slightly in that pre-market session here. As low as 66,800 at around 6:30 last night. Been pumping up all during after hours, around 1 o'clock this morning, or even just saying midnight. It peaked at 68,400. It's been selling off ever since. So let's see, do we get some more selling pressure on Bitcoin today? It is below that moving average. As you can see, it's below those resistance levels. Does this drop just a little bit more for us, or are we just starting to begin to see just kind of this choppiness going on, right? So other than that, still making lower lows and somewhat lower highs, definitely lower highs, somewhat lower lows. So QQQ selling off pretty aggressively, actually, down to 602. So that is nice to see. QQQ down to 602.30. So we'll see if that holds or if we get a short little rally. I do have a few shares of MSTZ currently. I did buy some in the pre-market session. I bought 19 because I had one from yesterday, so I bought basically 20 shares at $14. Now what I'm going to do today is, I could buy over 200 shares of MSTZ today. So we're going to be patient here. We are going to buy the lows, sell the highs, rinse and repeat, or possibly even just add into a position when we get some, selling pressure on the downside. So, all right, here we go. Market is officially open. We're going to see if we get some more selling pressure or if this is going to begin to push up. Again, if it does push up higher, we can always buy more, same as if it pushes down. QQQ actively selling off. Big sell off by QQQ. Holy moly, look at this, down to 600 again. Know when to take profits though. That is what is the most important. You don't want to be green on a trade for it to simply recover and give all of your profits right back. Okay, here we go. Looks like we're seeing some green. Big solid recovery here on QQQ. I'm watching it on my secondary screen. If you guys want to participate in the live chat, let me remind you that you do have to be a subscriber. But, you know, again, it's free to subscribe to the channel if you want to participate in that live chat. Bitcoin trying to push up, so let it. Let's let Bitcoin push up. MSTZ back down to 1398, so a very quick push up and a very quick reversal here. I'm going to add another 20 shares at 1401. Filled at 1401, so I'm in 40 shares currently at 14. Bitcoin, we'll see if this begins to retrace and sell off or push up higher. The higher it goes, the higher technically MSTR could go. QQQ selling off. I'm watching it on my secondary screen here. I'll showcase what that looks like for you. This is what I'm looking at on my secondary screen. I'm going to take this one off. American Airlines selling off down to 1374. I'd love to see this sell off more. SoFi selling off, Netflix selling off, Hood still selling off, Disney pushing up, Oracle selling off, Nvidia selling off slightly, but it is in the green. Amazon pushing up today, Apple selling off below that moving average, AMD trying to hold, AVGO trying to hold, Google pushing up, Tesla trying to push up, Microsoft selling off, Meta big sell off. So this can definitely go lower, so let's see what happens if this pumps up. And we could always buy more of our MSTZ at a lower price. Let's see what happens. I'm going to be watching QQQ on my secondary screen. Bitcoin also pushing up, so let's let these run. Let them run as high up as they want. MSTZ with a really nice push up. Beautiful push up. We're up almost 2% on a small position, about 10 bucks. Yesterday we did make $20. Yesterday we made $20. I told you we're going to be going for some $100 days, so get ready for this. Bitcoin selling off a little bit more. And remember, you don't have to trade in the first, couple minutes of the market. You can actually wait to trade. We have all day to make trades. Holding, nice big push up. Bitcoin selling off, MSTR selling off. QQQ is beginning to hit a break-even point around 600, 670. Bitcoin sold off very aggressively, making a new low. Here we go, another low. Buy another 20 shares. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for a nice big pullback. Let MSTR pump back up to here or here. I'll buy some more. See what happens here. Did reach those highs of 1438. So we are going to put that as a resistance from yesterday. 1438 right there. So it touched it perfectly. And then lows of about 1325, I'd say, ish. Bitcoin continuing to sell off. QQQ kind of just consolidating at that level right now. And remember, I could always get back in at a better price point too. QQQ pushing up. Bitcoin pushing up slightly. MSTR seems to be mirroring QQQ more than it is Bitcoin today. Another leg down. Buy a little bit more at 1420. Another 10 shares at 1421. See, QQQ at 601. Bitcoin trying to curl over. See what happens here. Also have a very simple trade plan that you guys can look at here. This is kind of my trade plan for this company. Buying at $14. So that changed pretty quickly from 1350. Exit would be around 15. Stop would be around 13. You know, I'd like my exit to be around 16. Doesn't mean it has to happen. And then of course buying more. I would love to buy more lower if I need to for a nice little $100 in profit here. Stop would be like say 1375. Got below there. I guess I can keep 1350. Basically like a 1 for 2 risk to reward. Right? So that's kind of a simple trade plan you guys can create on your own. I'll buy 10 more shares at 14.13. I actually got filled at 14.11. Bitcoin still getting held down by the 45 EMA, and now that I'm looking at QQQ on the other chart, I don't have to keep bouncing back and forth, but this is kind of what it's looking like, right? It's creating consolidation for a quick reversal. We want to see if this pushes higher. If it does, that's great. We could buy more shares at a discounted price, but it looks like it's been weighted down by this 45 EMA. So that's what I'm watching on the secondary screen. Does it continue to get rejected and make new lows? Or was this that consolidation period of an oversold reversal? MSTR also slightly getting rejected off of that. It looks like we're going to potentially break below. Again, let this thing pump up. I'm going to buy 10 more down here at 14. I'm going to wait. Maybe it'll test this moving average right here. NASDAQ up to 602. Beginning to sell off a little more. Huge sell-off candle. That was crazy. Yeah, I should have bought that dip right there. Pretty heavy. That's okay. MSTR also curling over slightly. Bitcoin potentially selling off right here. QQQ pushing up. All right. Big push up from QQQ back up to 602.50. Okay, actively selling off. Bitcoin kind of stale. QQQ pushing up to 603. So we are seeing some more buyers stepping in here. Gonna buy 10 more shares at 1407. Good morning, good morning. How are y'all doing today? Okay, QQQ pushed up to 603.45, 603.50. MSTR isn't really following along with them today. Here we go. Let's see what happens here. Are we going to get rejection? Still early. QQQ trying to get rejected off of that moving average here, as you can see. Got rejected during the pre-market session. Oh man, big drop here. Big drop on QQQ. Bitcoin kind of stale, kind of flat. MSTZ back to $14, which was my original buy entry. Now I would like to add more at a lower price if it sells off more. If it rallies, then that's fantastic, right? We have 70 shares at a 1406 average, so it's not bad. 1406, 70 shares, 2%, like $20. Nothing crazy. Again, I could buy 200 shares of this company. So we're trying to be patient buy the lows. Bitcoin pumping up slightly. QQQ retesting the moving average. I want to showcase that to you real quick. See how it's testing that moving average. You can get higher and stay above it. This can go much higher. If it keeps getting rejected, it'll keep selling off. There we go. Let's see here. Selling off slightly. I'll keep you updated on that. Bitcoin curling over as well. There we go. Bitcoin curling over slightly. All right, QQQ got rejected again. Got rejected off of that level here. See what happens. Looks like we could potentially get a little bit more selling pressure on QQQ. Still very early too, guys. It's only the first 12 minutes, 17 minutes of the market opened. And if you're new to trading, we want to make sure that you guys have a clear setup, you understand direction, and you manage your risk and position size, okay? Okay, QQQ retesting. See what Bitcoin's doing. Bitcoin, big pump up and a big sell off, right off the bat here. There we go. Bitcoin breaking to new lows. Means our position is pushing up. MSTR selling off. It would have been nice to buy some more down there. Buy another 30 shares to make it an even 100, right? Okay, $1,000 in market value. Up almost $20. Make sure you know when to take profits. Take a little bit off the top. Add a little bit more to the bottom. Take a little off the top. There we go. About to break to a new level here, potentially. We're up 2% on this. $20. Bitcoin selling off. QQQ continuing to sell off. We're just going to let this ride. I'm going to let this push higher as much as it wants to. Create a stop. Say 60 shares. $14.40. We're going to cancel the stop. Bitcoin trying to push back up. We'll see what happens. QQQ though did get rejected, so we got another rejection here. Some red. Bitcoin had some red as well, so of course it sold off a little bit. Now let's see what happens. Do the markets recover? Do they begin to sell off some more? Remember to know when to take profits. MSTZ is almost up 4%. Take a little bit off the top right here. Take 20 shares off right here at 14.34. Just 20 shares. Just trimmed it a little bit. Bitcoin trying to pump. QQQ. Kind of just consolidating, right? I could have bought way more heavy down here. Way more heavy on that dip. 3%. That's all right. Okay, Bitcoin pushing back up. Let it pump. We'll buy MSTR, MSTZ even cheaper. QQQ back up to 602.80, 602.90. Check this out. Sold off, pushed up, sold off, trying to push up. We'll see what happens as it retests. Back up to 603.20, 603.30. Bitcoin also kind of pushing up slightly. Bitcoin and QQQ beginning to sell off some more. MSTR pushing up a little. Love to see it, guys. Let this push. Let it push up as high as it wants. We will buy more MSTZ. We've already locked in 20 shares of profit up here. We're up $20 at one point. Now it's coming back down. Wait for it to come down. We'll buy some more. Again, I could buy 200 shares of MSTZ. We are just being patient and calculated on our entries and on our exits, okay? No point in buying up here if you can get a better price down here. Buy low, sell high, rinse and repeat. Take a little off the top when it makes sense. Buy a little bit more at the bottom when it makes sense. Bitcoin pushing up. It's all about position size management, guys. Right? Sometimes your best position size is not having, or sometimes your best position is not having a position at all as a day trader, right? You don't want to have a bad position going against you. And here we go. NASDAQ up to 604. Bitcoin pushed up to 67. Let them run. I'll let it run. We're just going to get a better price. Do you see how we're still in the green, even though we're down to this level? Adding another 20 shares at 14. I got 20 shares at $14 even. Let this sell off and we'll buy more, right? Pushes up, we'll sell some more. So doing very good, buying the lows, selling the highs. Bitcoin pushing up slightly. QQQ not going up as aggressive anymore. It's still pushing up, but not as aggressive. So you got QQQ at 604.50. Now it is above this moving average, so we could see some more bullish sentiment. We'll see if it begins to get rejected at 65, or does it break 65.77, which was a pre-market resistance, or can we get back below 602.50, which is the support. Okay, so that's what we're looking at right now. Looks like it is pumping, and that's okay. Again, let it run. Let it run up. Bitcoin also pushing up. Once it peaks out, we will short it. Right? Buying another 20 shares. Let's go 10. We'll buy another 10 shares here. 13.96. Bitcoin curling over. Add another 10. QQQ curling over. First red candle in a minute. Bitcoin curling over potentially. We get a nice curl over. We can see this begin to go in our favor much better. Go. This would actually be a nice little entry here. 13.92 to 14.40, about 50 cents, about 3.5% profit. All right, QQQ pushing a little higher. Go ahead and take a look at that. QQQ up to 605. Beautiful, right? Had a lot of consolidation right here. Pushed up, got rejected, showcasing that it was bearish, came back down, and then just blew right through that level. NASDAQ with the huge push up, back up to 605.50. Let's see, how high up can it go? Been selling off for a few days. Stopped itself about 593. And now it's back up to 605. Okay, some slight rejection here at this level. Bitcoin kind of just holding at that level. I'm going to buy a couple more shares at 13.87. Okay, we're at 100 shares now. Even though we sold 20 shares at the top and locked in profits, we're still at 100 shares now. So we would have been at 120 shares, but we could have also been slightly lower in the red. And again, I could buy another 100 shares. So I'm only really in 50% of my position size, of a full position size. PDIE picked up 25 shares of MSTZ at 13.95. Have 100 shares of MSTU to sell at 4.97. Nice. So he's playing both sides, which is great. That is something you can do. So he's saying he has MSTU looking to sell at 4.95. He might get it potentially. It also could start to curl over right around now, right? 4.92, 4.93. So just know when to lock in profits. Oh, he wants to sell at 4.97. So that's up here. Okay. Definitely possible. Looks like you might actually get it here in just a couple of seconds. Bitcoin pushing up slightly. NASDAQ still pushing up. It didn't break resistance level yet though. It still has to get past that 605.77. Got very close but did not get it. MSTR pushing up to its moving average as well. Acting very bullish right now. And look, he's about to get it hit. 497, here you go. PDIE about to lock in 100 shares at 497. Boom. Did he get it? I think he got it. There it is, 497. Someone bought up his shares that he sold at 497. So congratulations to one of our LTE members who locked in profits just now on this MSTU trade. Great job. Okay, 1370. We talked about it, right? Selling off, creating a new low so we can buy more. I'm gonna add another 10 shares down here, bringing my average price down, as Bitcoin will retest this moving average here. So we'll see. We'll let it pump. QQQ is still pushing. Pushed up to 606. And now this breaks that resistance level. We can keep pushing higher. Are testing some resistance from Friday now. Let's see how high up it can go. BWD, newbie here. What's the difference between MSTZ and MSTU? Good question. MSTZ shorts MSTR, which is like shorting Bitcoin. MSTU is a 2 times leveraged for MSTR. So as you can see, it almost mirrors MSTR. MSTR pumps up, MSTU pumps up. MSTZ goes down. So I'm literally shorting Bitcoin. When we hit these highs and it sells up, it becomes overbought. These peaks, I like to trade these peaks for that initial sell-off on MSTR. So MSTR pumping up slightly. MSTZ trying to hold around this level. PDIE, MSTI hit at 497, so 21 bucks. All right. I'm gonna buy a few more down here at 1369, bringing my average down. My average price is 1396. 1396 right now, which is right here. Still could be a very nice 3% profit. We're just being patient here. QQQ continuing to run, making new highs. Picked up 25 more MSTZ at 1368. Good job, PDIE. Just let Bitcoin run, or let the overall market run up as high as it wants, right? What goes up will come down. It's about to hit 607. There it is, 607. I am watching it from my secondary screen here. Nice strong push from QQQ. Bitcoin also pushing up slightly. Just like yesterday, we had huge upswings, huge retracements. Again, we could buy another 80 shares. As this begins to sell off more, we could still bring our average share price down even more by adding to our MSTZ position at these oversold levels, right? Just like I did yesterday, it got rejected, found support around 1325, and then began to push up. So same thing with MSTR. It pushed up to about 131 and then got rejected. So we'll see what happens here. 135 would be a pretty fair resistance level if it pushes up that high. Bitcoin pushing, QQQ still pushing higher, up to 607.70 now. Wow. The market is up 1% on the day. It's just setting up more and more for us. For when it does retrace, it's going to retrace hard. Bitcoin already beginning to show signs of weakness. Going to buy another 10 shares at 13.60. Adding another 10. Remember, stay patient, stay light. If you're over leveraged or over aggressive too early, it does become a little bit more frustrating when trying to manage your risk or when you get these changes in direction, right? You should not be buying at the very tippy top, right? We should be buying at the lows, at the pullbacks. Let it pull back, buy. Let it pull back, buy. And then when it begins to recover, we have a better quality trade. 13.92 is my average. Still a bit high, but not bad. $13.50 would be an amazing average. That'd be a 6% recovery. Bitcoin curling over. QQQ beginning to curl over. Adding another 10 at 13.69. So we had 150 shares at the moment, about $2,050. Still early. Anything could happen. And being a little bit more aggressive than I probably should be at the moment. We have another 50 shares that we can buy for 200 shares. And remember earlier, we had 20 shares that we sold up here at the tippy top. We sold at 14.38. Or technically would have 170 shares. Just know when to cut your losses. Know when to take profits. Bitcoin curled on over back below this moving average. We'll see if that continues. And QQQ is now showing signs of weakness, beginning to curl over from that, monstrous move up to 607.87. Now curling over. Let's see if we get more selling pressure or if this actually begins to pump even higher. That's what I'm watching on my secondary screen. Beautiful move. Yeah, I mean, MSTR could not mirror QQQ any more perfectly. Watch this. Let me bring up QQQ. Same time frame, same everything, right? Both 1 minute. Look at how this is acting. Pushed up with it, had a little bit of red, had some red. Consolidating, consolidating. Okay, MSTR selling off a little bit along with Bitcoin. Bitcoin beginning to curl over. Early signs of a rejection, early signs of a reversal here on MSTR. We'll see if we get it, or if it just begins to consolidate more and more. And there's QQQ. This is what I'm watching on my secondary screen. I guess I could have QQQ here, MSTR here, and Bitcoin over here. Big reversal. Big sell-off here. So MSTZ going back up. Exactly what we wanted to see. Now my only concern is QQQ and Bitcoin going to sell off enough to actually bring this down and bring MSTR down even more? Or are we going to see some consolidation here for QQQ with the new high? Amended to 1430 sell of my 50 shares. Okay. 1430. Yeah, I like that price point. Good price target to have. Be a nice 5 or 6%. It's my average now, 1391. Okay. 1391. I'm literally right here. Right on the edge. MSTR looking for that break below moving average, break below EMA, and we could see this sell off even more. See what happens. PDIE would be a $45 day. Nice. Looks like Bitcoin's beginning to potentially recover here. QQQ also trying to push up. Could showcase that to you here. QQQ trying to push up here. Don't feel like you have to hold anything. Reduce your exposure. Lock in some profits. Reduce your risk if you feel like your trade is a bit risky. Looking at this double top, potential double top rejection. We'll see if we do get that. Bitcoin at 67. So not much happening here. May have to reduce my position size. Looking at QQQ over here. QQQ and Bitcoin, we are watching those. How's it going, Tom Selleck? Hello. Oh, we got some people, got quite a few people tuning in today. Love it, love to see it. I'm trying to hit double digits. Double digits would be amazing. QQQ at 607.80, 607.90. Hello, hello, welcome. Okay, QQQ still trying to push higher. Beautiful run. See if it pushes up to make new highs. There we go. 608. It's 45 minutes into market open, so let's, doesn't mean anything. Let's be patient. This doesn't have to sell off. This can continue to rally. It could rally all day long. See what happens. 608.20, 608.30. Bitcoin showing some signs of strength. MSTZ back down to about 1360. Again, have about $2,000 in market value here, 150 shares. I can buy another 50 shares, and I've already locked in 20 shares in profit up here at the tippy top. Today it looks like NASDAQ will blast on upside. It's heavily short. Yep, everyone's shorting it, which means it's just pushing higher, right? Still early though, still very early to tell. There we go, Bitcoin with a little red. And QQQ up to 608.40, 608.30, 608.40. Strong move. Big push by QQQ. Now this can go up to 610, can go up to 615, 617. Like it could push all the way back up if it wants to, right? Again, it's been following this pattern of lows of around 580, 590, highs of 617. And sells off again, pushes up. Sells off again, pushes up. So let's see what happens here. 608, 608.50. Just got to give the market some time to do what it's going to do. Here we go. Got some signs of weakness. Bitcoin pushing as well. Nice little push up. Andrew, good morning. All right, we're about to hit those double digits. Need 2 more people and we hit 10 people watching today. I love when we hit double digits. All right, QQQ beginning to curl over. Can add another 10 shares at 13.59. Hello, good morning. MSTR about to test resistance on the day. Bitcoin beginning to curl over as well. See if this helps our position. 2 more people. We just need 2 more people to come into the live stream. Looking for those double digits so we can start doing some giveaways, guys. Can't do a giveaway if only 1 or 2 people show up to the live stream. We get 10, 20, 50, 100 people tuning into the live stream, then that would make more sense to me to do some giveaways. Also excited to tell you that we are finalizing our Learn to Earn Academy. I'm very excited about that. And remember, for all of you who are here, the first 1,000 members will be our founding members, right? You guys will be like our pioneers, the ones who have been with me the longest, the ones who will get free access when we create this Learn to Earn Academy with a paid Discord. And once it's locked in, you guys will have lifetime access. It will be 100% free to you, even moving forward with updates, any changes to the course, you will also get that free. And then you'll also be the only ones that will be able to watch my live streams in the morning. Right now they're public. We're trying to create, some traffic. We're trying to create some momentum in getting new members into the Discord. And you guys will have the special privilege of watching me trade every morning just like this. You guys will be our 1,000 exclusive members, right? So make sure you stay in the Discord until that transition happens, and then I will send you a link for an invite to get into that paid academy and the paid the paid Discord. You'll still have access to this free Discord, so I'm not getting rid of the free Discord. I think it's still great to have a Discord available for new members who aren't quite ready to take that plunge to the paid service. So we will have both Discords up and running. We'll have this one, and then we'll be adding you all into the new Discord once it's available. I'm thinking maybe sometime in March. We will probably get to those levels. Only have like 250 spots left. And then you guys will be introduced into that academy. Okay, Bitcoin holding at 608.20. Bitcoin basically holding as well around this level. MSTR still holding. I'm only down about $45 today. Again, this can begin to rally. Could always add another 40 shares. My average price is fine. You know, we're just waiting for that upward direction, right? So we're just waiting for some rejection here. 608. This can continue to push up higher, but I'd love to see this begin to curl over. Let's go ahead and see what you guys are saying here. Could bring this over here. PDIE picked up 20 more at 1358, now 70 to sell at 1430. Average is 1375. Oh, that's a nice average. I believe my average is like 1390 right now. So very nice. You guys see I have, 150, 130 shares. He has 70 shares. So you could have 20 shares. You could have 10 shares. Now it's all about whatever position size makes sense to you. I'll buy 10 more here. 1362. There we go. Now I have 170 shares at a 1387 average. Okay. I like that average a little bit better. 1387. Still a bit high for a 50% or 50 cents in profit, or about almost 4%. 4% on 230. You could do stuff like this. 170 times 0.4 equals 68, so almost a $70 day. We did tell you guys that we are going to be having more $100 days. So I'm excited for another $100 green day. It would be beautiful. You guys have seen me make $20, $30, $40, $50 in the past. Now we're looking at potentially beginning to make $100 every day, which really changes things. Bitcoin beginning to curl over. I'd love to see more of a rejection here. That'd be beautiful for Bitcoin. We'll see what happens. And QQQ now just kind of hovering around 607, 608. So we'll see if we get some selling pressure now. We are almost an hour into the market being open and an hour into this live stream. So I do like to provide you guys with at least 30 minutes to an hour of live trading, so you guys can get inside my head, understand my thought process behind every trade I take, which is what makes this so great. This is what separates our community from other communities. I'm not here saying I'm a guru. I'm not here saying to buy or to hold or to do any of that, right? None of you have once heard me say buy or sell, right? I just tell you that I'm buying at specific areas, and I'll never do that to you guys. This is not financial advice, but I believe this is what separates us from most paid services and even free live streams on YouTube, right? I'm focused on direction. I'm focused on position size. I'm focused on getting good entries and good selling exits. I'm focused on you guys asking questions so that way I can answer those questions for you to give you a better understanding of what maybe you need help learning. And if you have questions, feel free to ask. There's nothing wrong with asking questions. But we are setting up very nicely. And consider you guys selves, lucky as well, because when I do launch the paid Discord and the Learn to Earn Academy, it will be $97. I have talked to some people, a few different people in the market and in the space, and I believe $97 is a great price to get in for all of this value. It's lifetime access, so it's a one-time fee, and I believe that's going to create, a lot of value for you all who pay that price. And it's going to be an entry price. As time goes on, the price will increase. We'll probably, I don't want to say where we'll top out at as far as lifetime access, but I believe $97 is fair compared to other people charging, $30 to $100 monthly. And some lifetime memberships can get up into the thousands of dollars for a one-time fee. So I believe that is pretty fair. Let me know what you guys think. Obviously, you guys will never be charged because you guys are my founding members, my first 1,000 members. I'm going to hold my promise. You guys will get all of that completely free for life because you are the original 1,000 members. But let me know what you think as far as price. It's going to be 6 modules. We have 6 modules in the academy. I'm excited, guys. We start filming those videos next week and getting those ready for you all for probably middle of March, I'm thinking, or I might even wait until like April 1st or something to introduce it. But we're getting closer. We're getting closer. I've been talking about it and it's all coming together, right? We have the website, we have the YouTube channel, we have the Teachables course for the academy, and then of course we have our YouTube and our multiple Discords now. So you guys are getting a lot of value, a ton of value, and I'm excited to share it with you all. All right, guys, looks like we have been live for about an hour now. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, I mean, man, we were able to get up to like 8 people, 9 people, one more person, and we would have been double digits. I also want to start doing some giveaways. Let me know what is something you guys would like to have. Do you guys want gift cards? Do you want, tech? Like, maybe we're not probably to the iPhones quite yet, but eventually we'll be giving away, iPhones and watches and products like that, maybe t-shirts, hoodies. I'd love to know what you guys would like as far as a giveaway, right? Because again, this is for you guys. Flavio, what's up, man? Glad you made it to the live stream. We got 9 people watching, guys. We need one more person to tune in. If you're watching on the Discord platform, click the little YouTube button on the video. Come on in. Let's hit double digits today on the live stream, showcasing that you guys are here. You guys are ready and excited to be here. I'm thinking of doing a giveaway on Sunday for our Sunday Stock Talk. What do you guys think? Should I do a giveaway for a Sunday Stock Talk, or should I do one on one of these live streams? Let me know. Got 9 people tuning in right now. We need one more person, guys. One more person. QQQ beginning to curl over. Love to see it. Questions too. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. I will be live for a few more minutes here. Let's get that 10th member. Come on, I know you're watching on the Discord. Hop on over to YouTube so it actually showcases that you're watching. Okay, QQQ beginning to curl over. Bitcoin also curling over slightly, which is going to make a better position for our 170 shares of MSTZ, guys. Over $2,300 in market value. We did lock in profits. Let me show you guys my buys and sells. Okay, look at all these buys. Buying 10 shares, 10 shares, 10 shares. I did sell 20 shares at 14.34. So I already locked in 20 shares of profit at the tippy top and then buying all the way down. What could I have done better? I could have waited to buy these ones up here at the top down here. I could have waited to buy these 40 shares down at a lower level as well. No point in buying when it's continuing to sell off. But this consolidation is great, right? A lot of consolidation means we can see changes in direction. Now again, it is below this moving average, so we could see this begin to sell off a little bit more. And that's when I need to decide, okay, I need to reduce my position, I need to cut my losses, or we just need to wait a little longer for this to begin to recover. We're looking at, from right now, 1373 at about a 4 to potentially 5% profit here, but we could also see some more downside, okay? Bitcoin beginning to curl over and hold that 45 EMA. I'd love to see a nice little drop. It'd be beautiful to see a little bit more of a drop here. It's still early. It's only been an hour into the market. We still have all day for this to play out. And I'm excited to update you guys in the Discord as well. Let's see. Esse Trujillo said, send it, brother. I think the giveaways is a great idea to create more traffic on the live feeds. Don't matter what I think, but the principle. Yeah, it does matter, my friend. Thanks for sharing your thoughts. It does matter because you're part of the team now. You guys are going to get that free lifetime access on those paid courses when they come out next month. You're going to get the first view and the first look on the academy. I want your guys' opinion because it does matter. I want you guys to say, hey, this helped me. Or you know what, this is trash and this is garbage. It didn't help at all. Be honest with me. But thank you. And the giveaways, yep, I'm excited for the giveaways too. And I want to give back to you guys too. I've been doing this for a couple of years now. We're building a lot of momentum, a lot of traffic. We're getting a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new LTE members. And I want to get hype up, right? I want to get some giveaways there. I want you guys to feel like you're seen and that you're heard. And also that, I just want to thank you guys. I appreciate you guys showing up every day, being here. I know it's hard to wake up early sometimes and participate in these live streams at 7:30 my time. Could be 6:30 if you live in California. So I just want to say thank you. C. Caperton, quick question. How do you feel about NBIS? Do you see it getting back to the 120 plus range soon? All right, let's go ahead and take a look. Looks like markets are selling off slightly. Love to see it. It's going to be retesting this 45 EMA potentially. So let's watch for that. NBIS. Okay, looks like we called this out before, or I think we actually talked to you about it before. I like this on the 4 hour, right? Or on the daily, it bounced right on that moving average level. So let me go ahead and get rid of this and this. As you can see, it's above the moving average. It did pop above it, holding above that on the daily as a support level. It's now above the moving average on the 4 hour time frame. On the 1 hour, again, looking very bullish from lows of 68 now to 102. What I don't like is what? It's in this resistance range. It's been in this resistance range before, and it's gotten rejected. Ever since November, rejected. Pushes up. December, gets rejected. Pushed up recently in January and got rejected. So it's already needing to prove itself. It's already above this $100 resistance level, which is fantastic. So we can get rid of that level. And let's see if it could push up to 105 and break out of 105. Then we have 110 to test. So this has a lot of resistance levels that it needs to test in order to keep pushing to those highs of 120. Is it possible? Yes. I mean, it's possible for this to go up to 141. But let's make sure you guys are doing your part, right? Let's make sure you're doing your part on buying those lows. You need to buy those dips so that way you can have a lower average price to sell those highs. CC Caperton, I'm up 10%. Should I exit now or wait? That's not something I will ever tell anyone to do. I'm sorry, but I will never tell you when to buy or when to sell. Only when you see value. If you want to lock in half, maybe you lock in half here and you see if it runs a little higher today or tomorrow. Maybe you do sell out of your position thinking that it's a little overbought. You are reaching resistance levels, and maybe you do get out of your position and you wait for that to come back down and you buy the dip again, now with more money. But yeah, if you're looking for a buy or sell signal from me, that's just not going to happen, especially on a company that I'm not too familiar with. But I love updating you on my thoughts and seeing this push up, right? We were just talking about it at 86, 90. If it can hold above this, we were talking about it being more bullish, and it looks like it did very nicely. So great job on that trade. CC Caperton. Love to see it, man. I love to see you guys winning. He said he's up 10%. That is beautiful. Beautiful. There's nothing wrong with taking a little bit off the top. Guys, we just hit 14. We have 14 people watching the live chat, so thank you. Thank you very much for tuning in today. We will start doing some giveaways moving forward now that we have double digits watching. Yes, 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 yes. Whoa, Bitcoin pushed up like crazy to 67. We're going to have to reduce our position here. Look at that MSTR pushing up. What a day. Holy moly. QQQ also potentially can push up as well. But Bitcoin shooting up, guys. Major push up, guys. It looks huge, right? It looks like a huge move on the 1 minute. I mean, it is. But and then you look at like the 1 hour and it's just right here. So we can see it begin to push up higher, or it can get rejected off of this moving average like it has been before. So let's see. Huge overreaction on Bitcoin. Back down to this moving average. Down about 3% here. It's not looking good for my MSTZ position. Here we go, getting some rejection. MSTR didn't pump up as much as I thought it would, though. All right. So yeah, I appreciate your guys' time. We had double digits today, which was fantastic. We had a lot of great people asking questions and giving their comments, and that's great. Love to see it, guys. Let's continue to do this every day. Let's make sure that we're managing our risk. We know when to lock in profits. We understand when to cut losses. We manage our position size. No point in being super aggressive if direction is not in your favor. And when it's time to, step on the gas, when you see directions like this, you step on the gas and you buy when it makes sense to you guys. So great stuff today. I have a lot of great content, a lot of great things coming your way very, very soon. And I will keep you all updated in the Discord as to where I'm going to be, I guess, cutting my losses or potentially holding to buy more. Looks like Bitcoin is pushing up pretty aggressively, so we could still buy another 30 shares or so. Comfortable with this. Again, we're going to have $100 days in the green. We could potentially have $100 days in the red, okay? So appreciate your guys' time. Like always, smash that like button for me, and we will see you all in our recap video later on today. All right, you guys have a great rest of your day.